In today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 Bitcoin price indicators which prove why pro traders are still bullish on the king of all crypto. That's right, even after that $11,000 drop, a solid bounce back in strength in other indicators could mean the worst is over. Could we be heading to $50,000 next? We'll be discussing this right here in today's show. Also quoting Max Keiser, Bitcoin is the magical metamorphosis that turns greed into altruism. Bitcoin attracts a lot of greedy people who want to make money trading on it, but as they are, they're defunding central banks and defunding fiat money and defunding the nation state. Touché. Max also shared this morning, Bitcoin caused the chaos. Welcome it. Welcome the volatility. It's making the right people sick. Welcome the global devastation. It only sends Bitcoin higher. Getting rid of central banks was always going to be messy. Enjoy the mess. And the meme says it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. 100%. Max predicts a $65,000 short-term target in play for the king of all crypto. Also in today's episode, billionaire Mark Cuban, who once said he values bananas more than Bitcoin, reveals he's an early crypto investor and issues a warning to DeFi traders. That's right. On crypto Twitter, he shared, I don't think people realize I try to test and use all this stuff and have for years. I still have crypto from the early days of Coinbase. I've never sold anything. And he continues, just remember with DeFi, as with all derivatives, the risk never leaves the system. One segment collapses, they all face the risk of collapse. Also in today's show, we're going to be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, everything is recovering nicely from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the major altcoins. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in receiving a $620 deposit bonus from the Bybit exchange, be sure to check out my referral link in the description right down below. It's bonus.cryptonewsalerts.net and take advantage of this $620 in Bitcoin, which you can use for trading. My voucher code and all the details are right down below in the description, so be sure to check it out and let's get this crypto, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to discuss, so let's dive right in, shall we? This week's $11,000 drop occurred in just 32 hours, and this is definitely an important milestone for the Bitcoin price. Many mainstream media outlets perceive the correction as the start of a new bear market, but data simply does not support this line of thinking. That's right, we're definitely not in a bear market. F what you heard from the lamestream media. The Bitcoin price may have corrected 26.5% as it dropped to retest the 30,300 support, but it has since grown significant strength amidst a record high, $160 billion in derivatives volume, as you can see right here on your screen. Spot exchanges also outpaced their previous record high that was set just 3 days ago on January 9th, as Bitcoin soared to a new all-time high of almost $42,000. The incredible $27.7 billion in volume seen on January 11th was 60% higher than the previous peak. By itself, Binance Exchange traded $9 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is more than double the entire industry average seen in December of 2020. The infamous 50% intraday crash on March 12th of 2020 resulted in $8 billion in volume on the spot exchanges. To put things into perspective, Ethereum traded at $16 billion in volume on January 11th, as you can see right here on your screen. Now, despite the recent bearish price action and this week's $1.5 billion in long liquidations, Bitcoin has bounced back by over 13% from the 30,300 bottom. So I hope you took advantage of the dip BTFD all day. And even though the price failed to sustain the $36,000 level seen in the early hours of January 12th, investors seem relatively tranquil and trading volumes are not pointing towards a further correction. That's right. Also, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust still has a noticeable premium. Although this event may have spooked some buyers, looking under the hood, it's a very healthy sign. Another factor to consider is that Grayscale's funds added 72,950 Bitcoin just in December, but suspended new shares issuance on December 24th. Meanwhile, Bitcoin almost doubled from 23,200 to its $42,000 peak. As you can see right here on your screen, the fund manager has now resumed its regular activity for most crypto trusts, raising the question of whether initiated institutional inflow can be attributed to the Bitcoin bullish price action. What is clear is that institutional investor interest and demand is still there. Even though Bitcoin's price dropped by 26.5%, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust premium stayed above 14%. Now for the next bullish price indicator, we have a fixed calendar futures premium, which held steady. Professional traders tend to dominate larger term futures contracts with set expiry dates, thus measuring how much more expensive futures are versus the regular spot market. A trader can determine how bullish the market is. The 3-month fixed calendar futures should usually trade with a 1.5% or higher premium versus regular spot exchanges. And whenever this indicator fades or turns negative, this is an alarming red flag. Red alert, red alert. Such a situation, also known as backwardation, indicates that the market is turning bearish. This chart shows that the futures premium held levels above 3.5% throughout the storm. This is equal to an annualized 14.5% level and indicates that there is optimism from professional traders. That's right, the options skew is at bullish levels. Reviewing the pull-call ratio will assist with determining whether the recent bearish price action polluted Bitcoin's bullish standing among pro-investors. The current skew level provides a real-time fear and greed indicator based on options pricing. Skew indicators will shift to negative when the call is neutral/bullish, and options are more costly than equivalent puts. A 10% level signals that call options are trading at a premium to the more bearish/neutral put options. On the other hand, a negative skew translates to a higher cost of downside protection, indicating bearishness. That's right, so this chart shows just how quickly the negative sentiment was overturned in the options market. After shifting sharply in both directions due to increased volatility, the indicator has now returned to 10, reflecting moderate bullishness in options pricing. Bitcoin firmly held the $30,000 support, and the bulls showed their confidence by adding positions during this dip. This showed that at the moment, there are no signs of market exhaustion or worrisome signals from derivatives indicators. So there you have it. And before I share these latest powerful quotes from Max Keiser, let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin up 2.3%, trading above 34,500. We have Ethereum up 1.6%, trading above $1,060. And as you can see, all the major altcoins are currently in the green. Now, quoting Max Keiser from the most recent episode of the Keiser Report, with Bitcoin, I can transact with you and nothing can stop it. It's uncensorable, it's unconfiscatable, it's protected by an encrypted shield, and that encrypted shield cannot be pierced by any government, any group of governments, or any computer. And he continues, and so we live in this encrypted, shielded environment called Bitcoin that is outside of the nation state. So nation state, we don't care if you go away, and you should go away because you outlived your usefulness. You too, central banks. I couldn't agree more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Also quoting Max Keiser, Bitcoin is this magical metamorphosis that turns greed into altruism. Bitcoin attracts a lot of greedy people who want to make money trading on it, but as they are, they're defunding central banks and defunding fiat money and defunding the nation state. He continues, so it's an interesting technology that's turning greed into the hardest money in human history. The protest against the central banking system needs the greedy folks. People come for the greed and stay for the revolution. Touche. Shout out to Max Keiser and Stacy Herbert of the Keiser Report. Also, he just tweeted this morning, Bitcoin caused the chaos. Welcome it. Welcome the volatility. It's making the right people sick, like Peter Schiff. Welcome the global devastation. It only sends Bitcoin higher. That's a fact. Getting rid of central banks was always going to be messy. Enjoy the mess. And quoting the meme, it's not about the money. It's about sending a message. That's right. Also, Max Keiser recently shared that $65,000 is his short-term Bitcoin target in play, and his target for 2021 is $220,000. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, billionaire Mark Cuban reveals he's an early crypto investor, but issues a warning to DeFi traders. Let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $932 billion with $149 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 68.4%. And checking out the Bitcoin market cap, $639 billion. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Aave up about 18%, trading at $142. Thorchain up about 15%, trading at $1.59. IOST up about 12%, trading at 1.1 cent. 0x up 11.5%, trading at 48 cents. And Compound up 11%, trading at $212. Now let's check out the biggest losers within the top 100. We have Horizon down about 11%, trading at $24.80. Verge down 10%, trading at 1.1 cent. Reserve Rights down 7%, trading at 3.7 cents. And Nano down 7%, trading at $3.29. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. Now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 78 in extreme greed. Yesterday was an 84, last week a 95, and last month month, a 95 in extreme greed. And if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. Now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Billionaire Mark Cuban says he's a longtime crypto investor despite his sharp critique of crypto assets. If you remember, he once said bananas are more valuable than Bitcoin because you could eat bananas and you can't eat Bitcoin. You can't make this stuff up, fam. In a new tweet storm, the entrepreneur says he's far more well-informed on cryptocurrency than some might think. Quoting him right here on crypto Twitter, I don't think people realize I try to test and use all this stuff and have for years. I still have crypto from the early days of Coinbase. I've never sold anything. So there you have it. He's a Bitcoin hodler and crypto hodler. Meanwhile, he bashes crypto like many people in the mainstream do. Very interesting, right? Cuban says he's also tracking the growth of decentralized finance, better known as the DeFi movement. In just under a year, the total value locked in DeFi protocols surged from 900 million in February of last year to now a whopping 20.6 billion today. Amid the meteoric rise, Cuban warns that the space faces the same risk of collapse as the traditional derivatives market. He shares right here on crypto Twitter, just remember with DeFi, as with all derivatives, the risk never leaves the system. One segment collapses, they all face risk of collapse. And before I break down the latest interaction between Mark Cuban and Tyler Winklevoss and I finish up this story, first I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below the video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 660 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video in the description to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also find me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat, which is uncensored. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break the rest of this down. Cuban is also doubling down on his point that Bitcoin scarcity is the key selling point for the leading cryptocurrency. Replying to Gemini founder Tyler Winklevoss, Cuban argues that the value of digital assets is based more on trader sentiment and narratives surrounding the asset than any real intrinsic value. Let's start by the tweet by Tyler Winklevoss. The narratives around debasement of fiat are facts. Have you looked at the Fed's balance sheet lately? What's the matter with supply and demand? The value of land, a Picasso, or the Dallas Mavericks franchise are determined by supply and demand too. Mark Cuban responded, watching the cryptos trade, it's exactly like the internet stock bubble. Exactly. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, a few others will be analogous to those that were built during the dot-com era, survive the bubble bursting, and thrive, like Amazon, eBay, and Priceline. Many won't, and he continues, along the way, many fortunes will be made and lost, and we find out who has the stomach to hodl and who doesn't. My advice, learn how to hedge. And he wraps it up right here, as during the dot-com bubble, the experts try to justify whatever the pricing of the day is. Crypto, much like gold, is a supply and demand driven. All the narratives about debasement, fiat, etc. are just sales pitches. The biggest sales pitch is scarcity versus demand. That's it. So there you have it, coming directly from Mark Cuban himself. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you right here in today's show, I shared the 3 Bitcoin price indicators which prove why pro traders are still bullish on the king of all crypto, including Bitcoin pioneer Max Keiser, quoting him from the most recent episode of the Keiser Report. With Bitcoin, I can transact with you and nothing can stop it. It's uncensorable, it's unconfiscatable, it's protected by an encrypted shield, and that encrypted shield cannot be pierced by any government, any group of governments, or any computer. And he continues, and so we live in this encrypted, shielded environment called Bitcoin that is outside of the nation state. So nation state, we don't care if you go away, and you should go away because you outlived your usefulness. You too, central banks, touche. Max Keiser says $65,000 short-term target is still in play even after the correction, as well as his $220,000 target for 2021. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. Also in today's show, I shared that billionaire Mark Cuban, who once called Bitcoin less valuable than bananas, reveals he's an early crypto investor and issues warning to DeFi traders. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here? Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick before I go, if interested in receiving a $620 free Bitcoin trading bonus from the Bybit exchange, be sure to check out the link below this video in the description and use my voucher code. My direct referral link is bonus.cryptonewsalerts.net. Take advantage of this and let's start stacking those sats. And I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.